Hi, I'm Kenzie. Welcome back to my podcast. If you are just joining, welcome. Today we will be talking about my 14th Little Bear VHS, Little Artist Bear. This VHS includes Little Bear's Walkabout, a painting for Emily, a family portrait, and thinking of Mother Bear. First, let's talk about Little Bear's Walkabout. This episode starts out with Little Bear giving Mother Bear a picture he drew. Mother Bear loved the colors. Then Little Bear talked about drawing mysterious creatures found in the woods. So the scene transitions to Little Bear walking in the woods. He then noticed a butterfly, which was actually a moth. He called her not a butterfly moth. He drew her. He made her look so beautiful. The scene then transitions to Little Bear sitting on a stone, drawing a mysterious old tree. It turned out it wasn't a stone. It was a turtle. Little Bear called him not a stone turtle. Then he gave Little Bear a ride so he could look for more mysterious creatures to draw. After a while, the turtle stopped because it was time for a rest. Before he took a nap, Little Bear drew him. He did look mysterious. As the turtle went to take a nap, Little Bear went along and sat against a tree. He heard pecking and thought the tree was talking. It turned out that it was a woodpecker who was eating the bugs that hide in the bark. Little Bear decided to draw him and call him Upside Down, Downside Up Woodpecker. The woodpecker told Little Bear he could draw him any time, just not when he's lunching though. Little Bear needed to get home, so he asked the woodpecker to show him where the house was. After some help, the scene transitions to Little Bear seeing another mysterious creature. It was really Mother Bear. He showed her all the pictures he drew. Then they walked together to find more mysterious creatures. And that's how the episode ends. Now let's talk about the episode as a whole. I feel like this episode was memorable. I remember watching this episode when I was little. Now let me tell you, Little Bear is quite the artist. I think that's how I've learned to love art. Don't get me wrong, Blue's Clues also taught me that drawing is fun, but when Little Bear goes out and enjoys nature and draws it, that's something to see. All in all, it's a memorable episode. Now let's talk about A Painting for Emily. This episode starts out with Little Bear carrying out an easel. He set it down so he could try to fix the sleeves of his art shirt. Mother Bear helped. Then Emily, Lucy, and Tutu entered the scene. Little Bear asked Emily if she wanted to paint a picture with him, but Emily had to help Granny pick peaches. She said that Tutu could stay with Little Bear and she loves peaches so much that she eats them as fast as they pick them. Emily also decided that Lucy should stay with Little Bear too, since she might get all dirty picking peaches. As Emily rode off on her bike, Little Bear took Lucy and Tutu and wondered what he should paint. He decided to paint a picture of Lucy, which would be a nice surprise for Emily, but Tutu wanted it to be painted. All of a sudden, she made Lucy fall forward. Little Bear made Lucy sit up in the rocking chair. Then Tutu had another idea. She took Lucy to the floor. Little Bear found her and apologized to the spider about its web. After he told Lucy she had to sit very still, he went to the easel to place the paper on it. The problem was it wouldn't stay. So as Little Bear went to get clothespins, Tutu took Lucy's bonnet and placed her in the bushes. Little Bear found her. He almost painted Tutu by mistake. Tutu growled. So far, her plans didn't work. After giving back Lucy her bonnet, Little Bear had to get his paints. He counted on Tutu to look out for Lucy and to keep her in the chair. All of a sudden, a bee entered the scene and landed on Tutu's tail. She grabbed Lucy and tried to swat it by using her, but she accidentally knocked her in the water. As Little Bear came back, he wondered what happened. Tutu explained what had happened, and Little Bear realized he just had to paint Lucy wet. As he almost got started on her hair, Father Bear asked him for help on hanging the birdhouse. Little Bear told Tutu to come with him so that there aren't any more accidents. Then Mother Bear entered the scene wondering what happened to Lucy. She took her clothes and decided to hang them on the line to dry. After Little Bear helped Father Bear, he went back to his painting. But he noticed that Lucy didn't have her clothes on. In the midst of the confusion, Emily entered the scene with a peach for Little Bear. She was surprised to see Lucy with no dress and no bonnet. Mother Bear explained to her that she hung them on the clothesline to dry. Emily wondered how they got wet. Little Bear wasn't sure. The scene transitions to Little Bear, Emily, and Tutu watching the clothes dry. They were still a little damp, but Lucy wouldn't mind. Little Bear explained that he wanted to surprise Emily with a picture of her doll, but now that Emily was here, she could be in the picture too. So could Tutu. After a while, the painting was finished. Emily and Lucy took a look at it. Emily thought the picture was beautiful and that the peach looked good enough to eat. When Little Bear went to get his peach, it was gone. It turned out Tutu had eaten it. Well, Emily told us Tutu loves peaches. Tutu barked happily. And that's how the episode ends. Now let's talk about the episode as a whole. I feel like this episode had a lot of mischievous things happening. Don't get me wrong, Tutu is a sweet dog, but sometimes she can be mischievous. All dogs can be. All in all, it's a pretty good episode. Now let's talk about A Family Portrait. This episode starts out with Little Bear, Mother Bear, and Father Bear looking at photos in their photo album. Then it was time to take another picture, a picture of the family. The scene transitions to Little Bear watching Father Bear taking out his camera, which took some excellent pictures in its day. Little Bear held it and learned how to look through it. Then Mother Bear entered the scene with a suit for Little Bear to wear in the picture. It looked just like Father Bear's suit. The scene transitions to Father Bear looking at his camera. In the shot, he saw Little Bear wearing his suit. He looked so grown up in that suit. Then Little Bear took a picture of a bug. He invited his friends to see the camera. Owl thought it was a fine piece of equipment. Cat wondered what Little Bear was up to in those fancy clothes. Hen thought he looked particularly elegant. Owl wished he had that suit on. Hen said that they don't have suits either, but the point was they were going to be photographed. The thing was, Little Bear told them that Father Bear was going to take a picture of just the Bear family. Just the three of them. Little Bear, Mother Bear, and Father Bear. Everyone was disappointed, except Cat. He didn't want his picture taken anyway. Then Little Bear gave Owl part of his suit to try on. Owl thought it looked wonderful, but it was a shame he was not having his picture taken. Then Little Bear decided he would take the pictures. He was sure Father Bear wouldn't mind. So the scene transitions to Duck, Hen, and Owl, ready for the picture. The thing was, Little Bear couldn't reach the camera. Cat helped him shorten it. Then Little Bear tried to situate Duck, Hen, and Owl. He told them to go one way and the other way, then forward, backward, and forward again. Then a little more to the side. Cat sighed. Little Bear told them to stop. Cat helped situate them and joined in the picture-taking process. As Little Bear was about to count to 3, Hen asked if they were supposed to say something to make them smile. Owl said that on the count of 3, they all say cheese. Any kind of cheese, really. Mozzarella, Munster, or provolone. Cat groaned and shouted, "Just say anything!" Then Little Bear counted to 3, and Hen and Cat said cheese, Owl said mozzarella, and Duck said anything. Little Bear decided to take one more, but the pictures didn't go exactly planned. Little Bear decided to take one more again, but Owl said that he would take it. After all, he was an excellent photographer. The thing was, he just couldn't press and fly at the same time. So he stood on Little Bear's shoulders. Duck went to see, but she ruined the picture. She said that she was a photographer too. Suddenly, Little Bear sneezed and fell in a puddle. Mother Bear and Father Bear wondered what was going on. Little Bear told them he was showing his friends the camera, but Mother Bear was disappointed about what happened to Little Bear's suit. Little Bear apologized. Then Mother Bear figured maybe he'll wear a suit the next time they take a picture. Father Bear looked at the camera. There was one picture left. They would have to make that the perfect family portrait. As the Bear family was looking at the camera, Father Bear looked at Little Bear's friends. He invited them to take their picture taken. After all, they're Little Bear's best friends, which makes them part of the family. As Father Bear counted to 3, everyone said cheese. The picture turned out good. Not only that, it turned out perfectly. And that's how the episode ends. Now let's talk about the episode as a whole. I feel like this episode was picture perfect. Get it? Anyway, when Father Bear invited Little Bear's friends to be in the picture, it goes to show you that he really does care about his family and friends. All in all, it's a good episode. Now let's talk about thinking of Mother Bear. This episode starts out with Father Bear and Little Bear relaxing. While Father Bear was resting, Little Bear was drawing pictures for Mother Bear. As he was drawing flowers, they disappeared. It turned out Father Bear had them. He was chewing on them. Little Bear asked him if he would hold them for him, and he showed the picture to him. Then the scene transitions to a field of flowers. Little Bear picked the best flowers that made him think of Mother Bear. Roses were beautiful. Violets smelled sweet, nice and sweet. All of a sudden, Father Bear had some flour on his nose. Little Bear wiped it off. Then he noticed a daisy which looked like it was smiling just like Mother Bear. Father Bear picked the flowers and Little Bear drew them. The scene then transitions to a bird singing in a tree. Father Bear sang to it to come down so Little Bear can draw it. Then the scene transitions to Father Bear and Little Bear laying out in the sun. It felt good, just like when Mother Bear gives Little Bear a hug. Then a butterfly landed on Little Bear's nose. The butterfly kisses were just like Mother Bear's goodnight kisses. They were soft and they tickled a little bit. Father Bear wanted a kiss from the butterfly. Little Bear told him to close his eyes and he kissed him. Father Bear opened his eyes and thanked the butterfly. The scene then transitions to Little Bear on Father Bear's shoulders. They raced to their house where Mother Bear was waiting for them. Then Little Bear smelled something good. It smelled like chocolate cake, which Mother Bear makes the best of. Then Little Bear drew a chocolate cake. Then the scene transitions to Mother Bear decorating a chocolate cake and placing it in the upper cupboard. Little Bear and Father Bear entered the scene. Mother Bear wondered what they have behind their backs. At first they tricked her, but then Father Bear gave her the flowers they picked for her. Then Little Bear showed her the drawings he drew for her. She thought they were wonderful. The last picture was the chocolate cake. Even if she stopped making it, Little Bear would still love her. After all, she could always make the best pumpkin pie or strawberry shortcake. Then Mother Bear had a surprise for them. Little Bear and Father Bear guessed correctly that she had chocolate cake for them because they know she loves them too. Little Bear tasted it. It was delicious. And that's how the episode ends. Now let's talk about the episode as a whole. I feel like this episode was a sweet one. I mean, Little Bear thought of Mother Bear and drew pictures for her. How sweet is that? I'm telling you, Little Bear is quite the artist. All in all, it's a good episode. So yeah, that's Little Artist Bear. If you would like to play again, just go back to the beginning of this episode. See you next time. Bye!